Oh my gosh. What's going on, everybody? I'm Sean Daniel.
I'm Justin Mitchell.
And today we're talking about one of the big boys here.
One of the big boys, my desert island pedal.
The one pedal you could have. You had to pick one. This is what you take with you.
And I think that it'll be abundantly clear as to why when we finish. So the first thing that you just heard was a preset of mine. You can see that these two lights are lit up, right? So these are our preset banks. It can have 35 presets.
The Empress Reverb.
The Empress Reverb.
35 presets.
35 presets.
Have you used all of them yet?
No, I've only used like 10.
That's still more than I would.
Yeah. So basically at the end, you heard that I held down this switch. It acts as an infinite switch, right? Mm-hmm. Which means it captures the reverberation.
Some pedals do nothing but that.
That's right. Yeah. So it acts as a freeze kind of pedal. So
real quick, let's do it again. So I'll hit a chord, right? Mm-hmm. And then so that's going, and then I can play something on top of that.
That's it.
Yeah, there it is.
Now it also acts as a tap tempo button if there's delay or tremolo or any other kind of effect, and you're thinking delay, tremolo, like I thought it was a reverb pedal.
No,
just wait.
It does more. That's why it's the desert.
So I'm getting way ahead of myself, right? So this is the Empress Reverb, like Sean said. Here's what we have. We have a bypass switch. Listen how quiet.
Well, it's beautiful. When are you going to press the switch, Justin?
That's right, exactly. Yeah. So this is the cool thing about this is it can be configured to do buffered bypass, true bypass, buffered bypass with trails. Buffered bypass with trails means that when you turn it off, it still lets the reverb decay die out.
Oh.
Right? So if there's a lot of chaos, you can hit that and it'll...
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's beautiful. It also has MIDI capabilities so that you can use one of the disaster areas MIDI switchers or one of the many other MIDI switchers to control it. So these are all about scrolling through the banks of presets, right? So you have 2, or you just press the 1.
Cool.
Right? So when we see these lights all light up like that and we hit select, now we're back to the selector knob, right? So we just turn this knob and, right? So that's like a basic little kind of reverb, right? You can see some of them have blue and green, some of them have blue, green, and then red. I love that dirty spring.
Really?
Dirty spring.
Wow.
Yeah. That's right. So before I go any further here, we'll go back to the dirty spring. So you can see we have mix, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is all the reverb. No reverb, right? Transparent.
Got it.
Right? So output, if there's any kind of gain reduction in your signal chain for whatever reason, you can turn up the output. Or if there's any pedal that makes your guitar like too loud, turn it down, right? And then we have the amount of decay. Right. So here are high pass and low pass filters, which do exactly what you think they would do, right? So go ahead. Guitar just sounds the way it would. Okay. Some of the settings are more effective by that. Thing 1 and thing 2 here are 2 knobs that are amazing. They do different things depending on the mode, and I think that's such a great attention to detail. So each different mode has a different thing that it does. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to run you through my 5 favorite presets because obviously I don't have time to show you guys all of the amazing things that it can do. So I'm just going to run you through my first 5 presets and we're going to talk about them and things. So first, this is my my favorite kind of lead, usually with or without a drive. This is like my favorite.
Nice. I hear the delay for sure.
Yeah, but it's a little,
Yeah,
So the next one is really the first one that you already heard. So, which honestly, this setting makes me feel like I'm a cowboy in a dream sequence. Like here, do this for me. Play a D minor into an A major 7. Oh, I'm so sorry. 8 dominant 7. My fault. I'm a cowboy in a dream sequence. So
exactly
next,
yeah.
This one is really cool. Before you play, this one's really cool because you can get a little bit of dirt out of it depending on how you dig. This is a lo-fi setting.
Oh, man.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of Hotline Miami, but this is pretty much like the soundtrack in a nutshell. Let's
all right, what do I play?
just get down.
I don't know. What? Yeah, it's weird.
And also you can do like why don't you play an E major 9 to a C major 7 slow, just finger pick them.
Really? Okay. Yeah, definitely where the open. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is a little Boards of Canada.
I love that. This is a reverb pedal?
Yes,
This is the first time I've ever heard this pedal, by the way.
So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, this is Sean's maiden voyage. I've had
yeah.
this pedal for 2 months and maybe 3, and I've intentionally not let him hear it yet because I wanted to really capture this. So we're gonna go to the next setting real quickly. This one, Sean, I just want you to. You're allowed to do pentatonic. You're allowed to just get down on some like pentatonic like. So, and then now I'm gonna tap in like so. We're gonna go tap, tap. Now, why am I allowed to tap? Because it is a delay setting.
Oh.
That's right. I believe thing 2 does the feedback.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And really, as you're turning the knobs, it's very smoothly transitioning through the.
Oh man, that's a great attention to detail on their part. Yeah, it's
If I try doing that with other like pedals and stuff like that, you'll hear a lot of kind of weird stuff going on with the sound.
And also sometimes there is some pedals end up having like 1 to 3 is the same thing, 3 to 5. This really does have like these CNC machine like beautiful little knobs that turn so delicately. So. On to the next one. This is my favorite, and it's not even my favorite because I use it all the time, because I use it sometimes. It's my favorite because of how creative it is. This is a tremolo, but only on the wet signal. So if I turn the mix all the way down, Sean's dry signal is the guitar.
That's just it, okay.
If I turn it all the way up,
Wow. Wow.
it's awesome. Now, here's the thing about this. Again, we can.
We're back.
So we double tap and make it a little faster, you can hear. So the other thing is that so we went over, those are my 5 favorite presets, obviously. Real quick though, I want to go through something like this real quick.
Oh, I hear the phase.
Kind of like a chorusy modulation reverb. And then we have another one I want to show you is the AM radio. Right? Kind of thing. So this next one, Sean, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for because it's you're not ready. No one can possibly be ready. So go ahead and.
Oh no! I just opened up an absinthe patch and
the robots have taken over. And then we have. And then one of the other ones that I love is, okay, so I'm going to turn the mix all the way up, and I want you to play just individual notes, slide into them, and... It's like a little swell into it, right? Obviously it has reverse reverb, it has all these other things, you know... Right, and then so the reverse is really good, I think.
Wow.
It's amazing. And they have other types too.
That's crazy.
So, like I said, I can't, there's no time.
This isn't just a reverb pedal.
No, this is a way of life.
It's a disservice calling this a reverb pedal only.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel as though, you know, we could do a 20-minute video on it, but I think you get the idea of the versatility and the sound quality. Just remember, it has MIDI out. It does draw 400 milliamps, so you would need to...
It's thick. It's a thick pedal.
Yeah, the footprint. I wish I could describe to you how surprised I was of how small it is, because they decided to make it really tall rather than take up a bunch of room.
Sure.
You know? The fact that you can use an SD card to update your firmware constantly. If you see this beer mode, they are constantly updating new things. The tremolo reverb was an addition after launch. You know, like all of these cool things. Just an SD card. You don't have to have any kind of other like MIDI functionality like some of them do. Even and it does again have the you know, MIDI capabilities for presets, and you can control tap tempo, or you can just use that port as an expression pedal control, which expression pedal can be set to control any or all of these parameters. It is, I mean, infinitely beautiful. There's so many possibilities.
Wow. The Empress reverb pedal. Check one out.
I also just I just want to say that I also own their compressor. It's equal in quality. Like all of their pedals that I've had.
Fanboy alert.
Yeah, it's bad.
Fanboy.
It's bad.
Hey, that's cool though. Yeah, cool company.
Very cool
check them out.
company.
I'll link you guys below if you want to check out their website.